guys, me again. So there's a bit of a nasty bug or virus going around my son's school at the moment, and he's got his leavers show on next week, so at the moment he can't afford to be ill, and I'm super busy, so I can't afford to be ill. We've been feeling on and off for a couple of days, and I was hoping that we'd missed it. But this morning my son woke up and he's like, oh, I've got a sore throat, and I am just feeling ugh. You know when you can feel it starting to come when you're getting ill? So I felt like this back in May, and I looked up online for some nice cheap remedies that might boost me up that I already had at home. You know, because like, I'm thinking money is super tight for everybody at the moment, and they're worrying about buying food and being able to afford food and stuff like that, and you think, oh my gosh, when I get ill, what am I going to do? You know, you can't just go and buy a paracetamol or pain relief, or, you know, cough medicine is expensive. And if you've got something at home that you've already got that you can use, bonus, isn't it? Yeah, so I looked this recipe up, found this recipe, and you know, like when you start to feel ill, you think, oh, I'm feeling ill, and then you know it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. So I started feeling like that, and I made this recipe up, and oh my gosh, I never actually got really poorly. I felt a bit off, but after 3 days of drinking it, I felt great again. So I filmed it and everything, but something happened and I deleted the video. I don't know how. So anyway, I am going to redo it again today for me and my son to drink, and it's like a broth, and it's only got 3 ingredients. And it tastes really, really good. So the 3 ingredients are onions, garlic and ginger, and that's it, and that's what we're going to do. These onions I've had for a while now. They're red onions. I think the recipe said white onions, but you know, I haven't got any white onions, I've only got red onions. This garlic from my allotment, and this ginger is frozen ginger, as you can see, completely frozen. Yeah, and that's what I'm going to use. And I'm going to boil this up in a saucepan now of some water. Now then, I want this for me and my son this time, so I'm going to make a little bit more. And if we drink this in the first day, I had it morning, lunchtime and night time, so 3 times a day. But when this runs out, I will just make some more. Now then, I'm just going to peel this onion a little bit because it's gone a bit yucky. But you don't have to, you just cut the onion up, because we're going to strain it afterwards. But you don't have to peel it or anything. Just chuck it all in there, because like I said, we're just going to strain it. We just want the broth and not the pulp or the flesh or the skin or anything like that. I have got some onions actually that are going to seed on the allotment, and this would be perfect for using them, because once they start going to seed, the middle gets a bit tough and they don't store very well. So if you've got any onions going to seed, this is perfect. And I think, you know, you can have this as well, even if you're not feeling poorly, if you're feeling a bit tired or a bit run down and you need a boost, try making some of this broth. Now then, the ginger, as you're drinking it afterwards, oh, it gives it like a little bit spiciness, like a warmth, and it's not overpowering. It's just, oh, it's really nice. So use as much or as little ginger as you want, but so far I've put in 3 onions and 3 blocks of that minced frozen ginger. If you're using fresh ginger, don't peel it, nothing, just chop it up and chuck it in. I've also got some frozen garlic, but this garlic from the allotment, this bit that I'm using now, it won't store, so again, perfect. I just take off some of the paper that's around it because it's got a bit of mud on it. And I just take the end off it. I'm going to put in a bulb of garlic. My garlic isn't very strong, so put in. It's just preference really, what you like. I don't think I mentioned this on the Lidl food haul, and I don't know if I've mentioned it in the film since, in the videos since. But I also bought some sea salt from Lidl for £1.40, and you're going to want to salt this, so just add a bit of salt in for taste mainly. I've started switching now to sea salt rather than table salt because sea salt has loads of good minerals in it. So we're just going to give that a stir now. Oh, I smell that ginger already. This smells amazing. Okay, another thing that I have been doing is picking hollyhocks flowers. Now, hollyhocks are part of the mallow family. I have tried to grow mallow for years, and it's not very successful. I've seen like big bushes and mine's like little tiny sprigs. But hollyhocks and mallow, they're the same family. People tend to use the mallow a little bit more because the root and the leaves are easier. On the hollyhocks they're a little bit tougher, but you can eat everything on the hollyhocks plant. So you can have the flowers, the leaves and the stalk, but like I said, the leaves and the stalk are a little bit tough. But for drying and using like in oils and stuff like that to make balms and things like that, they are perfect. And I read a couple of years ago of making like a hollyhocks cough syrup, and it's soothing for like sore throat and you know, if you've got a cough and things like that. So I have a hollyhocks plant. I grew the dark variety because if you make the cough medicine, it'll be a darker cough medicine, so the darker flowers are better for that. And now I want the recipe. I cannot find it for the cough medicine. You cannot heat hollyhocks up. You can't use it, so you can't boil it. You can, but it takes all the goodness out of it, so it's better to do it cold. So what I'm going to do at the moment is I'm just going to dry these flowers and save them. But if you wanted to use them straight away, so you get a couple of flowers or a few flowers, put it in some cloth and just steep it in some cold water in the fridge overnight, and then drink it the next day, which I haven't tried. But these, I only have one plant, but I know some people at the allotment who grow hollyhocks. So when the flowers fall on the ground, I go around and pick them up to dry them. So I'm going to put these in a window now to dry. Oh, there's loads of stuff that you can make with it. Right then, this has come to the boil now. My onions, garlic and ginger. So I'm just going to turn it down and let it simmer now. We want to let it simmer for a good 20 to 30 minutes. So if you've got any remedies, home remedies for me to beat coughs and colds and stuff like that, let me know, because I love learning about things like that. There was a massive thing last year about nettle seeds off a female plant. You're meant to harvest the nettle seeds, and lots of people tried it but they can give like really bad reactions, and I thought, knowing my luck, I would have a reaction to it. So anything like that I tend to stay clear of if lots of people are having reactions. Remember, if you have nut allergies, lots of plants and things like that are related to nut trees. So just be careful when you're going down this route, you know, to just be really mindful of reactions and stuff like that, and they sometimes can make you worse instead of better. What I tend to do with the nettles though is, and it is painful, but it's so worth it. I get stung, I sting myself on purpose with the nettles because it's been helping my elbow so much, and it's meant to help with like arthritis and stuff, so if you put your hands to them and get stung, it helps with arthritis. It is it's painful, so you know, but my elbow was hurting so much and I was just desperate for a little bit of relief, and I did it by accident really, because I've got a massive stinging nettle patch on my plot, and I was cutting some bramble down and it caught me on my arm. And I noticed the next day, oh, my elbow's not hurting as much, and did some research, and and it's meant to help with arthritis. But I'm not saying I've got arthritis, but my elbow's been hurting since last summer, so nearly 12 months now, and 12 months, and it's so much better. I can still feel it a little bit, but it helps. It got to the point where I couldn't even pull the handbrake up on my car or change gear without it causing me really a lot of pain. It was even waking me up in the night. I'm learning all the time about new things that I can use, that I've got in the garden, I've got around the house and at the allotment. Right, I will be back later. Hi guys, me again. So the broth is ready. This is a bit redder than my last batch because I used red onions, but still it looks like a really thin gravy and it smells gorgeous. And I've just strained it. I pushed it down with a spoon to mulch it a little bit, so I could get all the goodness out of it, and it smells a bit like French onion soup. So I'm just going to heat it up now for a minute and give it a taste. Oh, that's really, oh yeah, feel the heat of the ginger. So this needs a bit more seasoning in it. Oh, that's better. Oh yeah, oh that's lovely and warming. Really nice, really tasty. I'm going to get my son to taste it now. So I'll give some to my son. He wasn't quite sure at first, but he drank some, and I said, you know, if he just drinks this 3 times a day, he will be feeling loads better. And it really does help, it really does help. So take care guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.